Welcome back to the Great Jimbabwe plays Slay the Spire, the one last ride playthrough. Um, the roll continues. Um, got a nice win as the defect. Claw is law, am I right, guys? And I know what you're thinking. We have level 3 for everyone, so play the Watcher. Let's get to level 3, but no, I don't want to. I don't feel like it. Watcher, let's put it off. Let's play the defect again. I had so much fun playing the defect. Wait, I guess that would have been yesterday. In the mood to do it again. So, let's see. Removal 1 HP, choose a rare for a curse. Curse is a pretty bad downside, as I always say. Probably won't take that. And the random boss relic. Let's look at the map. First things first. There's this potential snipe. We could get it. The snipe strategy gets worse and worse as we climb the spire, at least in terms of Ascension. But, given the opportunity, at least for now, let's give it a try. Let's see, we have 3 question marks, campfire. You know, this is, maybe a little better than an outside chance, actually. I don't know that we're going to get 2 combats and 3 question marks, hopefully. Got another lunch break run today. Breaking the action. I will tell you guys, you know, when I have time to do it during lunch, it's a good sign. I've been productive this week. I think self-policing productivity is something we all get a little better at as we mature, right? Who am I kidding? I'm not mature. I mean, how many 69 jokes have I made in the one last ride playthrough so far? More than reasonable. I'm checking the starter deck. Can anyone explain that decision? Should pretty much know. Debating between Beam Cell and Streamline. Let's give you the internal dialogue here. So Beam Cell, vulnerable is good, but no guarantees we go for direct attacks that work with vulnerable. I'll take Streamline. For now, we do get a combat in our first question mark. So now, ooh, Essence of Darkness. Have we seen this potion? Channeling an orb. Let's see. Channel 1 dark orb for each orb slot. That's a great potion. Dark orbs get more powerful every time you hold them for a turn. Well, I mean, if they're going to give me Beam Cell on the second try. Bullseye, though. 8 damage, 2 lock-on. We have not tried it yet. How about some Bullseye dark orbs? I know, like, Essence of Darkness is not a permanent dark orb solution, but it's something for now. 122 gold. One of our new cards, Hyper Beam, appears in the shop. We can't buy it, though. Whenever you receive unblocked attack damage, channel lightning. It can be good. Hate to lose the bag of prep here. We can't quite afford it. Panacea is a good card, and I haven't bought that one yet. Let's try it. We're looking for, I should say we are now looking for opportunities to negate debuffs from good cards. Ooh, the big fish, banana, a box, or a donut. Who takes a banana in this situation? I mean, like, I can kind of understand the box. Like, you know, you see a nice, like, it's kind of like a surprise, right? It's like, what's behind door number 2? You know, I might take the banana, actually, because this is just a kind of a raw donut just hanging out on a piece of string. It might be crazier to eat the donut, actually. What are you doing? That aside, relic HP, heal HP. Can't heal. Take the max with the donut, or we can get a relic for a curse. We got 2 elite fights that were must fights coming up, and no guaranteed way. We could get the question mark removal. I'll take the max HP. We could have removed, so that is too bad. We could have had a relic there, but no way of knowing that. I want to upgrade Streamline. Let's make sure we have some damage outside of orbs. Got another upgrade here. Free Zap is pretty good. Is this third lock-on? 11 damage for 1 is honestly not that bad. I'll play Free Zap for now. The Essence of Darkness can get us out of a jam here. With 80 HP, I think we go ahead and fight some elites. We do get the snipe, by the way. So it wasn't quite as risky as I advertised. The oddly smooth stone. Start with dexterity. That's fine on the defect. Not complaining to have it. Gain block equal to the number of cards in your discard pile. We haven't tried stack yet. My question, I actually kind of want to take this just to see if it works with the oddly smooth stone. That's so smooth, guys. It is so smooth. It's, you know, oddly smooth. Let's find out. Oh, by the way, Ascension 3 elites are deadlier. So nice to snipe one there. The gremlin knob probably going to get a little scarier here. Maybe we won't see him. Let's streamline this guy and put a lock on. So the lock on effect, unique to the defect. Enemies with the lock on effect, I guess you would say this is a debuff. Yeah, I guess it's a debuff. Receive 50% more damage from orbs. So we would expect this lightning to do more, and you'll see it does 4 instead of 3. Not great with just the passive lightning, but once you hit somebody with the darkness orb that's already charged up, 30 or 40 damage, and you do even more, that can solve some problems for you. Okay. I think reprogram is awful. I think I've said that before. However, Panacea does work with a reprogram. The thing is, though, does strength and dexterity even help us that much? I'm not even sure that the, strength and dexterity is that good. It's honestly so difficult to play this that I'm... And you lose 2 focus on the upgrade? Jeez. I know I said I want to try to make every card work in the One Last Ride run. Reprogram, there's not a lot of opportunities to make this work. So I will try it in the spirit of delivering on my promises, like every good politician. I mean, we're just finding every way to get dexterity. I guess we want to try to find some, like, multi-block if we can. Like, if we see a... what is there's like an X-Cost card that blocks for the defect. It's not, I want to say reflect. I don't think it's called reflect. But you know what, he's making his arms into a little X. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I want to play reprogram with no artifact. As a matter of fact, I'll just end my turn. Don't have to play it. Okay, this looks like the turn. 6 block. So that did work with dexterity, right? Yes, it did. I should have been looking at this number down here. I mean, we'll zap Streamline Bullseye. 2 hits from the orbs here. And Essence of Steel is in play. Panacea is good. Want to upgrade that now that we have reprogram. I will play the Essence of Steel. If you can get the value out of it, I see no reason not to burn that one. So the elites are deadlier. I guess this guy's doing a little more damage than he did to us previously. Yeah, 15 blocks not bad, though. Bullseye's good. A very unusual defect build we have going here. We lose our artifact, but doesn't matter. We get the sundial. Get some energy every 3 times we shuffle the deck. Pretty good. Channel a bunch of lightning. Get 1 lightning would do some direct damage. Channel X plus 1 lightning. Sunder also just a huge amount of damage and a potential refund. I'm going to take ball lightning. I think floor 1 ball lightning. This is a common card that I can get behind. When I do a tier list, should everything just be relative to, a normalized amount of strength, or should rarity be considered? I think if rarity is considered, then should have played that after reprogram, but I wasn't sure I was going to play reprogram. I mean, you're going to hate that I just screwed that up, but it's okay. I tend to think that rarity is a consideration, though. I mean, if you see a card a lot, yeah, we can get this guy here. then if you're going to get it offered a lot, I think how good it is relative to how often it appears is important. So I give that some light consideration. That's my way to prepare you for the fact that I think Ball Lightning is better than a mid-tier card, despite a mid-tier effect. Glacier's good. Sometimes you just got to take good cards when they're offered. Get a free relic, the Happy Flower. Glacier is a 2-cost card, so Happy Flower is pretty good. Let's see. Campfires or an elite. I'm going to take a campfire because I think we have some targeted upgrades here. Zap? Dual cast? Get one off the field. That's nice. We're going to take... what's... a little bit of damage. Not a ton. Scrap this guy. I'll reprogram. Yeah, the problem, not only is reprogram like weird on the defect, but it's hard to, it's not a lot of benefit. I mean, dexterity and strength is good, but even at 2, not amazing. Now, however, barrage, 4 damage for each channeled orb, which will get scaled with some strength. I think that is worth a look here. We get the slime boss, right? Yeah, slime boss. And his tiny hat. Let's see. In that case, let's make barrage even better. So what's on my radar here? I mean, reprogram, if we're going to try to do it, probably needs to be upgraded. But barrage, that's a good upgrade. 2 per hit. As far as common upgrades go, it's not bad. This didn't work out as well as I would have liked. Get a little frost out there. And then hit the barrage. I mean, that's a good turn. When you guys were in school, did you ever make oobleck? You ever heard of oobleck, or was that a local phenomenon for me? It's kind of like... it's like borax and flour and like all kind, like that kind of stuff all mixed together. I kind of want to use my draw. Yeah, I think that was worth it. But yeah, so it makes like a weird type of... it's like not quite a solid, not quite a liquid. Like depends on the state you have, like how hard you're hitting it and stuff, and kind of bounces around a little bit when it's messed with. Let's play reprogram. Do I split them, guys? I'll split them, and because we're gonna have 2 lightning hits here, I could even go crazy with the darkness and hit this guy really hard. I don't think we need to. Let's save the darkness for a more critical situation. But yeah, the slime boss is the oobleck monster as far as I'm concerned. This green slime looks a lot like I remember oobleck looking, but my question is, was the oobleck green because we colored it? Or is it green because it's green? It has to be food coloring, right? Like, I don't... we split this guy at 28. 22, that's a lot better. Triple shot here. It's pretty good. I mean, we're stacking the dexterity, too, with the... I mean... is this one of those weird times where on low Ascension, weird stuff just works? I don't know. Interrupted him. Man, I miss, like, early education, like, weird projects. We did a project, this is not necessarily one that I would recommend to teachers out there, but we did a project, I think I was in like 6th grade or something like that. It was definitely elementary school. But you had to build like a building from a famous city. There was like a pool of like architectural structures. We had like maybe a couple weeks to do it. And you had to build it, you know, out of any materials you want to use, like Legos, like poster board, like just like poster board that has like the foam in the middle, like tri-board or something like that. Ooh, let's look at this for a second. Not really using all for one. Buffer's pretty good. But yeah, so we all built a bunch of buildings, but I mean, that ended up being more of a project for the parents than anything. I think we were all a little too young to really do a good job. I hate to lose. Man, this is a tough one. Let's think about this. I'll tell you more about the buildings, I promise. But energy can't play more than 6 cards. Are we playing more than 6 cards often? Not really. We can get a plasma, which gives you energy every turn, then burst energy on evoke. Or we can transform, and we do have lots of strikes and defense. This feels like transform. I'm between transform and velvet choker. I think velvet choker can work here. Astrolab, when I first started playing, I would never take this, and now I've turned around. I think getting these basics out for anything else is almost always good. Boss swapping into this is like A tier, maybe even S tier, and it's very, very strong. Let's see what we got. Okay, Echo Form. First card you play each turn is played twice. Our favorites. We've used that quite a few times. We get Recursion. And then Force Field. Every time we play a power, this becomes cheaper. We have a couple powers here. Maybe we're looking for at least one more to get this down to 1. If we see some decent powers, let's take them. But yeah, the buildings. I mean, I built... Oh, I didn't even leave out like the hardest part, too. Not only did you have to make the building, but you had to wire the building using, like, I mean, at the time, Radio Shack equipment. I mean, back when Radio Shack was still a thing. We got this guy again. Yes, you could go buy some wires and batteries from Radio Shack, wire it to light up. So you had to learn about the parallel and series circuits. Yeah. I think by the end of that one, a lot of parents complained. I had some good lighting in mine, though. My folks helped me build the Capitol building in D.C. This was my assignment. It looked pretty good. I did that out of, like, the tri-board, like, thick poster board and some Legos, and I think I actually used, like, tiny, like, real bricks and mortar to make, like, staircases and stuff, like, on the outside. And then lighting, I remember we just had, like, a couple giant batteries, and my dad helped me, like, set up and like the parallel circuits in there. Recursion. Yeah, probably should have played Bullseye first. 12 block is nice. We can save the buffer. I remember mine specifically was definitely the most well lit in the class. I did a good job of that. I think my cutting, I had to cut out the windows and stuff, was a little shoddy. I remember getting a good grade on that project. I had a buddy in that class. I'm still friends with him to this day. Legendary story. And actually, my parents still talk about it. But that project probably took me like a month, with my parents' help. And a buddy of mine was notorious for putting things off, especially when he was younger, like that middle school, elementary school age. I don't think we need any of this. He put that project, he did it the morning it was due, which is insane to me. It's actually like, that's in the realm of impossible in my mind. Kid got the best grade in the class. There's always one, right? Best grade in the class. I don't know how he did it. He made like I think it's now PNC Park. I don't know if it was still, that wasn't Three Rivers Stadium like in Pittsburgh, right? That's been gone for a long time. But yeah, isn't that wild though? Yeah, but he built like an entire baseball stadium, and like I guess it had a little charm to it. Like he had to like print it out like pictures of like cheering fans and like tape them to the inside of the stadium, so it looked like there was people like at the game. Pretty genius. I bet he remembers that. The avocado posing some issues here. He debuffs too, which is kind of tricky. We'll take a little damage. I'm going to save buffer here. Oh no, we're not going to. We have the frost orb. Forgot about that. Now on the other hand, this time is not looking as good. 3 block. We got to get some powers played to get the force field more usable. You didn't hear it from me, but I actually think this run might not be so good. I think reprogram, trying to make this work is tough. Can't get any more orbs out there. I think we play Barrage. We'll get the Frost and we'll burn buffer here, but hit this guy twice, take off some plated armor, and then we've got to do a little bit of damage. Got the potion if we want it. No, yeah, I mean, I think 12. Yeah, you know, we do get there, though, so we don't have to burn the potion yet. I'll take some free block, I think. So I've been going back and watching some of... Oh, let's see. We get the membership card. I'm not even going to look... I'll cursory glance here. Yeah, I think membership card is worth it. I'll take out a strike. We had Swift Strike the other day. Or is it like... Was it literally our last run? That's pretty good. Magnetism is a good power. Also, more orb slots here. That's pretty good. Let's get some orbs into the mix. Upgrade attacks. Do I even have 2 attacks to upgrade? Ball Lightning and Bullseye? Is that worth a relic? That might be worth a relic. Every time we play 10, gain energy. Was Ball Lightning and Bullseye. I think 2 upgrades for a half-price relic is takeable. I've been going back and watching. One day we will take it, but not today. Not with reprogram. And watching some of my old favorite streamers play Slay the Spire. Kind of maybe in their earlier days. Yeah, we have no strikes, so we're not going to add a bunch of bites. Sorry, can't do that. And just trying to pick up some tips so you know how much are they just chatting, how much are they playing the game. I think I've found a pretty good balance. I think I'm in the neighborhood of what they're doing. Not that I have to do the same thing. But, you know, it's good to see what other people were thinking. I think I've concluded I am worse at the game than a lot of them, but I've done a respectable job so far. I'll tell you, it's tougher than it looks to play the game and chat at the same time. Sometimes it helps to chat about what's happening in the game. It's kind of an excuse to do both. At least that's a tip I'm starting to pick up from watching others kind of do the same task. I'm going to keep Steam Barrier. Looking okay. 30 damage. Let's channel orbs. We can take this guy out. Can also get some block with no, I can't because Streamline costs more than I thought. All right, big hit here. Can't get Echo Form out. Got some lock on him, this guy. 30 again. Oh, man. Speaking of elites getting tougher, are we done? You can get a lot of block from Stack, though. Stack gonna pay some dividends here. The other problem is we can't really attack here. Well, check this out, though. I don't think this is good, but I don't think we're done. And then you play this for 5 orb slots. We take a little. But not horrible. Okay. Have we stabilized here? What do we got coming up? Ooh, a lot of combat, though. This is looking a little scary. Can we get to this campfire here? Maybe. I think we're going to survive this one, though. So we got to keep that in mind when we do weird stuff with reprogramming. Elites are a little harder now. 27 gold. The boot. 4 damage or less unblocked. Make it 5. Not the game-changing relic we were looking for. But a second buffer. Hard to argue with that. We can start making our force field usable. Bullseye's not bad. I think getting the lightning out here is worth it. We do have a buffer. Panacea. 2 orbs. Barrage. Let's use the explosive potion. Take out the sentry. So we get 8 block here. We're going to burn buffer either way, so you hit him with the dual cast. 11 times 2. I think recursion with the frost is good here. We will full block. What happened with that animation? That looked a little funky to me. Let's just throw lots of block out there, I guess. Eventually we're going to have to hit this guy, but... yeah. It's a 14 block. Well, we could do... Well, I want to play Streamline. Yeah, we got to play Streamline. Reprogram remains a dead card. Not finding a lot of good times to play that one. But we are going to make it. 21 HP. Maybe Hologram can do something here. We can bring back our good block cards. The Regal Pillow, if we can make it to that campfire. 21 HP doesn't sound like a lot, but, you know, in Slay the Spire, if you can manage to stick around, things start to happen. I would have loved that I played buffer there. Didn't have what it takes. This could be this fight could be trouble. And we're gonna go down to 3. Nah, I don't think we can do it. I think we got to put 2 more cards in our discard pile and play with stack, and then hope we can find our way out of this. We get a buffer. If we can take one out, I don't think there's a way out of this one, unfortunately. Let's see, buffer, got a frost. No, I don't think it's happening. Just one last thought. The streak might be at an end. Okay, unless I miscalculated something, which is entirely possible. I think that's the end. Ah, reprogram. tell you what, though. That was only about 30 minutes or so. Just trying to do the time in my head. One more. This will be the LG, no matter what. And let's go defect one more time. Let's try again. Curse for 250 gold or boss swap. We get potions, colorless card. I'm kind of willing. I'm willing to try the question marks with a curse. Or we can go up to this shop. I bet one of these four will be a shop. Clumsy is not the worst curse by a long shot. Druid on turn 1. Defend, strike. Yeah, reprogram. I felt like, you know, we had some artifact, and we had, you know, some ways to negate that downside, but it's really just not. It's hard to find ways to make it do anything, even if you play it. If you don't know, transforming a curse, you will get another curse. So, you know, maybe if you want to transform a horrendous curse, you know, that's not a bad idea, but you don't want to swap out one that's like borderline acceptable. I'm going to re-roll a strike here. We get Echo Form. Yeah, so Clumsy, since it leaves our deck eventually, pretty okay with that one sticking around. I'll play a Doom and Gloom. Probably should have played the dual cast against this guy, but doesn't matter here. We will get out of it. No damage here. With Echo Form, though, and a 2-cost attack, I will take Charge Battery. Get a nice a relic. We get the Whetstone, upgrade 2 attacks. Hopefully, we're hoping it hits Doom and Gloom. It does not, but now we know which strike to take out next. So I've taken the gold pretty much every time so far, but with a curse in the mix and an elite fight coming up that is now stronger, we will pay a little HP to take out the curse. Smith. Doom and Gloom, good against the sentries. I'm confident if I get Echo Form, I'm going to play it. So I'm going to go with Doom and Gloom. Now we want to draw Echo Form first, and we do. So next turn we can double our first card. Zap would wake him up, so we want to be careful there. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to play Doom and Gloom for a 2-timer. No, we're getting it here. Now we have 2 Dark Orbs. We can zap. Even a Dark Orb, if we dual cast for 24, that is not too bad. But I can full block. I'll go for the block and charge up these Dark Orbs a little bit. And actually, I can full block again. This is the power of Echo Form. And we can hit this guy, because we had the charge battery last turn. Now, if we get back to a dual cast, we're sitting pretty. Or we can double a Doom and Gloom. That works too. The smooth stone. It is so smooth. It's back. It's back, and it says, make me work with the defect. Boot sequence. 10 block, innate. I like boot sequence. I'll try it. We've taken it before, but I think it's a good card. Now I'm wondering... 0-cost zap is pretty good. A little extra block is good. But keeping Echo Form around... I'm kind of convinced if I get it in the right fight, I'm going to play it. Let's make Zap free. That way if we get Echo and Zap on the first turn, we can play both. We get the Maw Bank. Some gold every floor. The Scrap Ooze. I'm going to read this one. I'm not sure that we've seen it before. As you walk into the room, you hear a gurgling and grinding of metals. Before you is a slime-like creature that ate too much scrap for its own good. From the center of the creature, you see glints of strange light, perhaps something magical. It looks like you can get some treasure if you just reach inside its opening. Wonder what that opening is. However, the acid and sharp objects may hurt. We can reach in for a chance at a relic. I'm going to go for it. I think if I'm making a recommendation to you, situational. I think if you have a lot of HP and you're trying to make the run scale up, it can be worth trying this. So we paid 18 or 15 there. We get the lantern though. Our turn ones are getting even stronger. Start each combat with energy and success. You finally grab hold of the relic and yank it out. You pull your way out of the ooze damaged but rewarded. I think that's actually good for us. Lantern, we have that initial block. Every time we draw Echo Form on turn 1, that's going to be good times for us. We don't draw it on turn 1, but we play our Doom and Gloom and we're good. Another potion, 500 gold. Streamline, Cold Snap, Auto Shields. Who are we going up against here? The Hexaghost. Echo Form's in the mix. We don't have a ton of attacks. Streamline, I think, is takeable. I've taken Streamline more than probably advisable in general. I think it's an okay card. Not a home run. I'm going to hit both of them. Try to knock them both out on the same turn. I don't want to draw Boot Sequence again. That's the only reason I played that there. Yeah, we can do this, and then we can do this. So I hit them both, and then I dual cast. Get another potion. Nice full potion belt for us. Rebound. Next card you play this turn is on top of your draw pile. I think that can work for us. One of the added cards. Ooh, we're back at the big fish, and for the first time, we can get the full heal. However, we have a shop and 500 gold. I'm going to take the relic and remove regret. We get a strawberry, get a little health anyway, and that's a permanent addition. Let's remove the curse. The Maw Bank really loaded us up there. Nunchucks, every 10 attacks gain energy. Meteor Strike in the mix, 5 energy, but 24 damage and 3 plasma. One of the few ways to add plasma. Pair, even more max HP. I think 5 cards for us might be takeable here. I did break Maw Bank. We can also add colorless cards to our hand. What if I do not take magnetism often. I'm gonna give it a try. And we'll go into the floor 2, assuming we get there with some gold, which is fine. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually going to upgrade magnetism. 1 cost much more playable. Now if we draw magnetism or Echo Form on turn 1, we're feeling pretty good. I kind of think a magnetism might not be a great card. Adding cards to your deck, not always a good thing. We cannot block. Oh boy. That's a big hit. We can reduce a card to 0 at the risk of not playing Echo Form. Can't do that. We got to play Echo Form. And now this fight is also looking a little terrifying. Will the LG end on floor 1? Getting some big energy next turn. And we can add 3 random seals to our draw pile and they cost 0. This seems like a good time to get that out there. Mind Blast. Damage equal to the number of cards in your draw pile. That's kind of not that good. Okay. I mean, I guess it's better than a strike. I'm already questioning if magnetism was a good decision. Maybe not. Recursion was pretty good there, though. We got our stuff back. I'm not going to play dual cast and try to charge these up for a KO. If we get stuck, I'll start playing potions. The bomb. I was hoping that would hit the bomb. Not sure that it's going to matter. We actually ended up doing quite a bit of damage to this guy. And this is interesting. We're actually going to get to pop Hand of Greed without Hand of Greed being in our deck. A little extra gold there. Seek. Put a card from your draw pile in your hand. I love me some Seek. We do have ways to play Meteor Strike. And I'm kind of wondering, like, with Lantern, we would have to take an energy relic here, though. And we have Charge Battery. And we also get cards every turn. This is incredibly risky. I'm kind of thinking Velvet Choker. But Echo Form impacts that. I will avoid upgrades and take the energy. Got the champ. Okay. Double campfire here with an elite. This looks like the right path to me. And you know he gave it his 100% full thought when he decided that in about 2 seconds. Part of that decision-making is the lunch hour getting a little tight here. Don't want to go too long, but we don't get the block we're looking for here. Yeah, Meteor Strike looking problematic. Not a guaranteed play every turn. Any skill? Doesn't really help us too much. Probably playing Echo Form more than I should. All right, let's tighten up here. We can do this. Let's think. Thinking ahead is good. Let's play that. We are going to get to do it twice. I will get rid of a strike and a strike. Just a strike. And a strike. There we go. I thought I played it twice. Let's dual cast our Darkness Orb and Streamline. I think 12 block for 1 is good. Pre-upgraded too, and we can't upgrade, so that's important for us. 99 gold. I'll take the Ritual Dagger. So we got to be careful when we're KOing stuff now. Transform to obtain a special relic. I will transform a strike and a defend. Glacier and Melter, definitely upgrades. Alright, boot sequence. I don't think I want to rebound basic strike. I'm going to hit this guy. I am going to play the explosive. I won't play the attack potion. We could knock this guy out of the sky. I think at 9 HP. That's not too bad. We don't have Echo Form. Cannot take either of these guys out. I won't play the attack potion. Yeah. We can get through the birds without taking damage at the cost of a couple potions. I'm okay with that. A couple pre-upgraded cards again. Charge battery is not upgraded. I'm going to take Glacier. I think the block is valuable. We do get Echo Form turn 1. And that's with boot sequence. And a Glacier. That was a good turn. This fight is looking better. A little bit of a glass cannon run. Glass cannon being high risk, high reward. Yeah. Cannot play Meteor Strike. That's too bad. We can finish this guy off. Let's double leap. Finish this guy to make Ritual Dagger better. It's going to charge battery in. We are able to full block. Meteor Strike so far is looking like a horrendous decision. But it is the funny decision. And that's the most important thing. Not sure we want to add a bunch of colorless cards right now. In other fights, we'll see. Get enough block. And let's get some attacks here, hopefully. We do. Not enough. But, by not enough, I mean enough. Rainbow, rebound, and chill. Our deck is expensive. I think there's no denying that. We can no longer upgrade at rest sites. Now, what does that mean? We should be looking for the opportunity to either buy or hopefully win some relics that give us other things to do at rest sites. So that would be nice. $24. I will play the Echo. Let's plated armor. Plenty of block. Focus would be nice here. I think we got to hit this guy. We need to start thinking about finishing these fights a little more aggressively. Okay. 46 HP and then a 35 damage turn coming here. Double Doom and Gloom. It's 28. And then we hit him with a Lightning Orb, or a Darkness Orb, and we win. Very nice. Bag of Marbles, vulnerable on turn 1. Never unhappy to see that one. I do not think... upgraded Beam Cell. Kind of interesting with some of them. We have some attacks. Not sure its value, but I'm not sure I want that to take up a slot in our hand on any given turn, though. Full HP. Relic. The Ornithopter. Every potion is 5 HP back. Okay. Rainbow turn 1 is pretty good. 19 block. Not quite enough, but good enough. I'm going to play Charge Battery to give us a chance if we get an Echo next turn. My wife's making pot roast upstairs, and it smells so good in here. But let me tell you the sad ending to this story. That pot roast is not for me. It's just to taunt me. Her sister asked her to make her some dinner this week. She helped us out a whole bunch lately, so I'm glad we can help, but sad that I'm not getting pot roast. Big hit there. Pot roast tends to be one of my specialty dishes too. When I'm cooking, I should say. Good to get the Ritual Dagger to pop there. Okay. Capacitor Fusion. Or reprogram. No way. No way. I learned that lesson too hard last run. Let's see. Do I want Capacitor? I think capacitor is pretty okay here. Upgraded. If we get something that gives us some activities at rest sites, we do not. Another capacitor. And of greed, we get the gambling chip. I think gambling chip is good enough here. And when I say that's, I mean, good enough is an understatement. Gambling chip is a great relic. And we want to maximize our chances of getting Echo Form while we have the free block from boot sequence, potentially. I actually think the rest of the deck is okay. I'm not sure we need a removal here. Let's keep climbing. I will drop these for a chance at not getting Echo Form. 21, 29, 26. Yeah, we can block and we can dual cast here. A shame not to use our vulnerable turn. Echo Form. Tough one. Tough one. Doom and Gloom hits everybody. I don't think you can play Echo here with this much damage coming in. Let's get some block out there. We have Dark Orb, so it's not like we have no way to do damage other than Echo Form. Yeah. This fight is not looking so good. Let's get somebody low and we'll get the Ritual Dagger to pop. Let's see, 9, 9, 10. It's pretty good. We do have to rest at rest sites, so, you know, eating some damage is not the end of the world. I will Ritual Dagger this guy. I will Streamline this guy. We cannot finish him off, which is too bad. Okay. We took about 60 damage there, which is not good. I have not played a Meteor Strike a single time, so what's the lesson there? Don't take Meteor Strike unless you're confident you have a way to play Omamori. Negate the next 2 curses. I've heard mixed reviews on Omamori. I like Omamori. I think it's a good relic. Especially if you get it earlier-ish in the run. I think it can work. Can't upgrade this. We gotta remember, we can't upgrade. I think 0-cost Steam Barrier is probably good enough. The Snake Plant. No damage coming here. With that in mind, let's try everything again. Some good damage there. We do have the Weak Potion. Yeah. This looks like a Weak Potion type of turn. We get the heal. I mean, I guess you play Echo Form and I will Ritual Dagger this guy just to bring his health down a little bit. Another 6x3, but we get Glacier this time. We get 2 Glaciers. 3 if we want it. I don't think that matters too much. We could have KO'd him. We're going to get a rest. I'll take the block and the energy. I feel like we're short energy pretty frequently here. Let's rest. 40 HP, going up against the champ. Not confident that this run has the juice. 12. Can we get a good... I mean, if you're not drawing what you want on turn 1, don't blame the game. Blame the person who constructed a deck that is inconsistent. But Charge Battery gives us another shot at it. I think Magnetism playable here. Free block. I'm going to keep that in the mix. I'll play Leap since we have the option. The Blessings of the Forge. We'll upgrade a colorless, which is interesting. All right. This situation, I think that is worth playing. We can play Meteor Strike for 5. but we would take a bunch of damage. So I don't think you do it. 6 block or Echo Form, and a little bit more than Echo Form, I guess. I'm gonna get Echo Form in there. We gotta try to start building some threats. Panache. Every 5 cards you play in a single turn deal 10 damage. Play it twice. We do have energy sources, and now maybe that's something. 20 damage. That's not gonna kill the champ in a turn, but it's not nothing. We could double Capacitor, and check it out. You stack Glacier, and we just start getting tons of orbs. How about that? Maybe that's a plan. The secret weapon. You know what? You take the secret weapon, you take Meteor Strike. None of these are 0. I will take a strike. But then you get some plasma in your slots. Yeah. Don't need the charge battery now. Are we kind of doing something? We have 2 Mind Blasts. That's probably not good. We get the block. I mean, with 6 energy, I guess I take a Mind Blast just so we don't draw it again. Rainbow? This is interesting. I mean, we're blocking enough. I'm gonna play Strike first and then just hit this guy a little bit. My entire conversation sounds like a question? Question mark? 3 random skills in your drop out. They all cost 0 this combat, and we'll play it twice, by the way. And does that kind of synergize with Mind Blast? Like, will that give me 6 more damage here? This is interesting. All right, we do want to try to get our Meteor Strike back. Let's charge battery. We will not get Meteor Strike next turn. I mean, I'll play Mind Blast, I guess. This is probably the most bizarre strat that I've ever I don't know what's happening here. This is chaos. What if we add colorless cards to our hand times 8? I kind of want to. We're not going to get them all. They only cost 0 this turn. Play Seek twice and double energy? Oh yeah, let's get another Plasma at the back end of the mix. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hear me out. What if we just get 28 colorless cards? Wait. What is happening? Our discard pile has 40 cards. Let's play more Panache. Flash of Steel. Let's add more cards to the pile. Even more cards to the pile. Our deck now has about 1,000 cards. Yeah. We have 54 cards now. I think this is actually not horrible. Let's get 2 free powers. Yeah, Buffer is good. Machine Learning is good. Zap is good. I mean, we don't need 2, 4, we got 10. I mean, I guess give me lots of block. We get a bunch more attacks. They're all 0. We take a secret weapon and we let's see. Meteor Strike is unplayable. I think we Well, wait, hold on a second. Mind Blast goes kind of hard here. Sort of. And we take another Mind Blast, and you just keep playing Mind Blast forever? If you find a way to pop this Darkness Orb, that helps. Okay. I cannot believe that this is working. I've never done anything like that before. I don't know what I was going to call this video, and I know we lost a run, but that fight alone makes this one a must-watch. That I don't know that I've seen any other streamer do anything like that. That was so bizarre. How did I do that? I played like double energy with add colorless cards to your, or transmutation? I don't even really know it works with this. I think biased is good in every situation, so I'm going to take it. During Boston Elite, yeah, I'm going to take the energy against Boston Elite. I know Runic's good. I think Inserter has a case there. We have a card limit. Most of our stuff is expensive. We have 300. I'm just going to hit the shop. I'm not even going to look. We got the time meter coming here. We can replace... I don't think I want biased for this defend. So we're starting with 4 energy in normal fights, but in harder fights we will now have 5, which gives us a lot more opportunities to play Meteor Strike, which is good for us. Speaking of Meteor Strike, you play it, you double your energy, or you double with a plasma there. I think you play Echo in a leap. Take some damage. Apotheosis is good. 24 damage Ritual Dagger. Can we get there? Yes. No. These are already upgraded. Yeah, I don't think we get there. I'll take as much damage as I can off the field. Okay. We're taking way too much damage. We are going to have to find a way to resolve that issue. Reprogram is not a way to resolve that issue, unfortunately. Some block. Another Glacier would be good. The Hand Drill, when you break an enemy's block, apply Vulnerable. I don't want that. That stinks. I think Aggregate, I think Cool-Headed's good. I think Aggregate is good. Removal. I'm actually starting to think that an upgraded Strike is doing more harm than good. Let's try to be at least a little more consistent. Okay. I don't think we can do this. But I will anyway. Some big damage. We do get Aggregate. I'm kind of thinking this is okay as is, with the exception of Capacitor. Okay. Not exactly what I was looking for there. We do get Magnetism out there. I don't think we're going to survive this fight, unfortunately. Unless we get Glaciers in the immediate future, which we do. Oh, by the way, let's rebound it. Steam Barrier actually helpful here. And then I think Charge Battery also good. Okay, not done yet. We are going to get Glacier again. Biased, I think you have to try it. I mean, Transmutation just went so hard for us, right? That's for only 2 this time. They cost 0. I mean, this is maybe not so bad. Draw a card. It's too bad this isn't considered an elite fight. That That might have gotten us out of here. Yeah. I will play the Forge and get the healing. I'm not going to put a burn on the bottom. This is not looking good. These guys are doing too much damage too quickly. Can we get out of this? We have no attacks in the draw pile. Wow. Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. Some definite misplays there. That, oh no. Nope. No shot. Dang, the loss streak is real now. That's unfortunate. But hey, not what we wanted, but we got an interesting fight out of it. Ascension 3. Getting a little more challenging. But thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Had a good time despite some misplays there. If you enjoyed it, hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, have a great day. Catch y'all later. Bye.